After 18 episodes, the new Frasier finally reveals what happened to Niles Crane. Ever since news about the Paramount Plus revival was confirmed, questions about David Hyde Pierce's possible return have been a big mystery. Even after Kelsey Grammer explained that the actor and Jane Leeves opted out of the project, which means that Niles and Daphne wouldn't be in it, there was continued hope that they would eventually make an appearance. For what it's worth, Pierce's recent comments about returning in the Frasier revival seemed like an indication that a cameo was at least in the works. Pierce has always been clear about his stance on a Frasier revival, long before Grammer was able to successfully sell the idea to Paramount Plus. He didn't think it was necessary, considering that the original show fit a specific moment in time. So it shouldn't be surprising that he turned down the opportunity. Despite this, Niles' absence continues to be a glaring issue in the show, simply because of how beloved the character was in the Seattle series. Now, in Frasier Season 2, Episode 8, Thank You, Dr. Crane, the series finally reveals what happened to Frasier's brother. Frasier Season 2 reveals Niles has moved out of Seattle to Sedona. Niles and Daphne no longer live in Seattle. Frasier wears his headphones while sitting in the radio booth in Frasier. In Season 2, Frasier returns to Seattle for a special KACL return. This, understandably, opens the door for Niles to make an appearance, considering that he still supposedly lives in the Emerald City as of the Frasier Season 1 finale. That said, before Martin Crane's eldest even flies to his hometown, he already revealed in Mahoney's that Niles and Daphne have moved out of Seattle. Instead, they are now in Sedona, Arizona. The relocation seems uncharacteristic, considering Niles' love of the cosmopolitan life. However, his brother explains that the move was motivated by him buying a vineyard in the state. Considering Niles' love of wine and financial ability, moving to Sedona to run his very own vineyard makes sense. Imagining him casually strolling his property and enjoying retirement from being a therapist with Daphne is a great life to live for the character. Most importantly, it gives the Frasier reboot an excuse for Niles' absence during Frasier's return to Seattle. Niles' new life makes his Frasier revival absence worse. It doesn't make sense for Niles and Daphne to not spend time in Boston. While Niles and Daphne's move to Sedona effectively explains why they don't meet up with Frasier in Seattle, their new life creates a much bigger problem for the Paramount Plus series. Now that the younger Crane brother is no longer mandated to stay in one place, as he supposedly was in Seattle due to his practice, there's no more justified reason for him not to visit his brother in Boston. Aside from Frasier and Freddie, the fact that Niles and Daphne's son, David, is on the East Coast is more than enough motivation for them to spend more time in Beantown. Niles and Daphne own the vineyard in Sedona, so they likely have a staff that does the majority of their operational work in it. Even if they want to be hands-on owners, harvest season tends to be around August and September. This frees up their time to travel during some of the most important holidays of the year. The Frasier franchise is known for its Christmas specials, given Martin's love of the season. At the very least, Niles and Daphne should spend that with family in Boston.